Well, all those efforts to get people vaccinated as quickly as possible, boy, they are getting a big boost this week as healthcare systems in Connecticut start getting the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Hartford Healthcare is set to get its shipment this morning. Fox 61's Angela Bavaro is joining us live at the loading docks with the details on this big day. Angela, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, big day indeed. That shipment is set to arrive around 10:30 this morning. Of course, that can change according to delivery times. We're keeping a close eye on the loading dock here behind us. Still no activity just yet. And we also know that Hartford Healthcare will start distributing this vaccine today as well. As you mentioned, this vaccine is being touted as a game changer, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, because it is a single-dose vaccine. You don't need to go back and get that second dose, which is going to help speed up this distribution process. The FDA says the vaccine is overall about 66% effective at preventing moderate to severe COVID-19, but about 85% effective against the most severe illness. So that is a very important note. And just yesterday, President Biden making a major announcement that another pharmaceutical company called Merck will help produce the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, speeding this process up even more. The president going on to say that he expects the U.S. to have enough vaccine supply for every adult in the country by the end of May. Take a listen.
This country will have enough vaccine supply, I'll say it again, for every adult in America by the end of May. By the end of May. That's progress, important progress. But it's not enough to have the vaccine supply. We need vaccinators, people to put the shots in people's arms, millions of Americans' arms.
And here in Connecticut, Governor Lamont said on Monday that the state is set to receive more than 39,000 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine this week, and that extra supply means more appointments should open up as well. And we also know that other healthcare systems across the state are receiving the Johnson & Johnson vaccine this week as well.